I know I am extra early today. That has thrown so many people off. But the reason why I'm extra early today is because I'm following through on the promise. Well, I didn't really promise, but I said, I think after like I got some really, really big donations. Which video did you finish watching that shizzle? So after getting several big donations, you know what I'm saying? That's like, if you guys want me to stay longer next week, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me a big donation, and I got big donations. And so I'm here at 5 o'clock. Okay, cool. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. I'm here at 5 o'clock because I'm going to be here for over an hour. Okay. Hi, Joker. So that's the reason why. So a lot of you are used to me starting at 6 and then ending around 7. So what we're going to do, we're going to play it by ear. We'll see if I go 2 hours. We'll see. I'm not going to go over 2 hours. The question is, will I go to an hour and a half? There's a lot to talk about. So it's like, hi, Commander Shepard. How you doing? What you been up to? So, yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So let's talk really briefly while everybody start coming in. Like I said, I got to have a consistent time schedule, and I'm going to work on that. So let's go into this camera here. So, all right. So here's the deal. Let's talk about, before we get into some real good stuff with Cory Booker, let's talk about this video right here. I'm only letting you guys get away with blaming only Ashley and not Elon. And I think because you're so used to blaming the woman, but I'm going to have to set the record straight. If you want to know who is in charge, it's Elon. Now, you guys can't sit up here and say that men lead and then blame a woman for getting pregnant by a man who likes to create single baby mamas. Okay. So if you want to know who I completely blame for all of this, I completely blame Elon Musk. Like, whatever happened to you guys having dingling discipline? So if you sit up here and say that you can't discipline your own ding ding, then you're not the leader that you keep preaching to women about. Okay, you're not capable of being in charge. I think men that are great leaders have dingling discipline. But see, Elon is a man child. He really is. He's petty as hell. You say something to him, you come out against him, he'll take your blue check mark even though you paid for it. So also, he's a terrible father. He already has one child, one biological son that is now a trans woman, and he's going to lie to mega supporters saying he was tricked. He was tricked into signing those papers to give his son puberty blockers because he was told that if he doesn't, his son was going to die. A lot of men don't deserve the lead. They're not leaders. You're not natural leaders. If you can't change, if you cannot control your sexual desires and your urges and your reproduction, you have no discipline. And I'm so tired of hearing this whole thing. First of all, let me tell y'all something. All of y'all calling her a gold digger, maybe she is. Who cares? Elon is not complaining about the money. Okay, he got gold to dig for. So this man dished out $2.5 million in addition to paying her $500,000 a year. 95% of you men ain't got that type of money. Men with money don't complain about women using them for money. But I do believe that men with money should be careful on who they reproduce with. Now, for y'all to think that Elon doesn't know that he the baby daddy, or as I call him, the pappy. If y'all don't know that if he knows he the pappy, this man strategically has male children. He knows what he's doing. And yes, there's a way of doing that. There's a way of having male children only. But you guys, especially you conservatives and the right wingers, you can't have it both ways. You can't sit up here and beat on your chest. Men in charge, men in charge. Well, she got pregnant, so she's the gold digger, and I don't know if the child's mine, but I'm gonna still pay her some money. Shut up, dude. Shut up. Y'all lame asses. Tell you. And again, ladies, hear me out, ladies. Listen to me. Broke men always crying and complaining about the money that they don't have. Boom! Headshot! Bezos, in his divorce settlement, because he cheated on his wife with his current wife. Did they get married? Did they get married? I'm not sure. So, and she was awarded billions of dollars. You know who was crying about her getting that money? Not Bezos. Bezos wasn't crying. Why? Because Bezos is rich out the butt. He was like, you know what, girl? You was there for me. You helped me build Amazon. Without you, there would be no Amazon. Here, take half my money. Don't worry. I can make the other half up in about 2 years or whatever. I'm so sorry for cheating on you. Here you go. Like, what are you talking about? Why y'all crying? He ain't crying about it. Elon ain't crying about it. Elon ain't crying about this woman. And Elon is using his money to punish her because she's got a big old mouth. She keeps yak, 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 this, yak, yak, yak. And here's the deal. She missing out on that big bag. Okay. Elon wants to live vicariously through his sons. So this is the reason why he's having sons and he's picking out the best son, which at this moment is X. Because Elon thinks that once he gets to the point where he is too old to physically survive in this body, he wants his consciousness to be taken out of his human body that he has right now and implanted in one of his male children, preferably the one known as X. But honey, let me tell y'all something with kids. If y'all don't know it already, you can have some intentions for them, but once they become an adult, things change. They start doing their own thing. Just like some of you all sitting here saying, I'm having kids so they can take care of you. How many people, how many elders are in, what do they call those homes? Nursery homes, elder homes, the ones where they're being abused, and they all had kids. How many of you all know people who have put their parents in a community center or or some nursing home or whatever? Okay. So that whole thing of having kids so they could take care of you and your elders, those years are gone. It is in certain cultures. That's true that certain cultures will take care of their elder grandparents or great grandparents. Okay. But that is based upon that culture, whether they're Nigerian, whether they're Chinese, especially if they're Chinese. It just depends. Or sometimes I think this is also practiced in the Hispanic community, depending upon their religion and their culture. So this is something that happens a lot. But you got to understand, Elon, like Nick Cannon, like a lot of these men who having all these kids, how is he there to raise the child? Where is the male influence to raise the child? And this is why these people calling themselves conservatives, they are straight fraudulent. Because you guys are and y'all know I don't like Elon. I'm not a fan of Elon. Don't like no Elon. But it's funny you guys call yourselves conservatives, but you are champion a POS who likes to make single baby mamas. He is hardly ever there in his children's lives. So these children are going to grow up without a father figure, because he does have it in the contract, in order for these ladies to get money, that no other man can have a say-so or be involved in the upbringing of his children's lives. So these are literally absentee father kids, except for X. He takes X everywhere. Imagine those children growing up and looking at daddy taking special attention and bringing this one child, his favorite, to meet the president, to go on press conferences, to walk around everywhere. You're going to feel neglected. You're going to feel abandoned if you are one of his sons or daughters. You're going to feel like, well, why is X so special? What about me? Why doesn't daddy loves me? So now you're giving these kids mess up mentality. Everybody shouldn't be a parent, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody shouldn't be a parent. Okay? You shouldn't. And it seems like bad people are having kids. And that's a damn shame. And so I think this, and also wait. What's conservative about making not only single baby mamas, but what's conservative of not really being there to raise these children? Okay. Well, what's the purpose of all this? And you all can sit up here and call Ashley a grifter. Sure. All right. But when is Elon going to get some accountability? This man loves to make a bunch of kids that he relies on the women to raise. And all he does is throw money at a problem. Child, please. Y'all can miss me with this. I'm looking at y'all lucky. I'm trying to stay peaceful. I normally would cuss a lot of y'all out in the daggone comment section, but I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna let this fly. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comment section, cause this whole thing of blaming only Ashley but not blaming damn Elon, that's just dumb. Oh shoot, hold on a second. Let me one moment there, chat. I forgot to pop out the window here to some of the chats here. So, okay, there we go. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me open this up a little bit. Here we go. Okay. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Breeding fetish is out of control. Facts. Imagine if you had Elon's kind of wealth. I don't want that type of wealth. Elon lives a miserable life. I don't know if you guys seen that interview with him, but he says he's constantly getting thousands and thousands of death threats a day. And then the FBI he said he's been contacted by the FBI because somebody was parked outside of Twitter X headquarters with bombs in the car. All right. This man has to secretly go into tunnels in order to get into a car with a driver to drive to a secret location. He stopped bringing X to the Twitter X. He stopped bringing X to the Twitter X headquarters because people are actively looking to take him out. He doesn't have his freedom anymore. See, if I'm going to be a billionaire, I'm going to be a quiet billionaire. Because when everybody knows you got that type of money, everybody is knocking on your door, knocking you down to go, money, please. Can I have some money? Put the money in there, please. Money, please. Money, please. Absolutely nothing conservative about making 1,000,000 baby mamas. Facts. Facts. And then what is the point if they grow up and hate you? Like his son. His son hates his guts. Look just like him though. Woo! Ain't no way you deny that that's your offspring. Okay? Looks just like you. I feel bad for the children. That is, yeah, same here. He's constantly online and people only love him for his money for the most part. And you know what, Antonia? What a terrible life to live if you are a celebrity or you are a rich person and you got all these people. You don't know who's there for you just for you. Everything that glitters isn't gold. And what a lonely life to live if you cannot trust or know if these people are for you because of your status or because of your money. And then when things start hitting, when doo-doo hit the fan, they out and you don't have nobody to lean on. You don't have nobody to help you pick up the pieces or just be your cheerleader as you pick up the pieces on your own. So I don't know. The thing about it is that he lives a lonely life, and it looks to me that he only makes these children to try to, I guess, live vicariously through them. I don't know. Honey, don't get me lying. Anyway, so there's that. Cat named Dog. I have not seen you in here in forever. And you just came in here to say, hey, Savage Sweetheart, thank you so much. $10. I'm not a psychologist, but these children that are not Elon's favorite will probably have trust issues, yes, and relationship issues, yes, and daddy issues. Men can have daddy issues. I want everybody to know that it's just not women that can have daddy issues. Men can have daddy issues too. And you can see that a lot of men have daddy issues with the whole red pill movement, the manosphere movement, even because like if you don't have a father in your life as a male child, you're going to have daddy issues too. My heart goes out to them and I hope they can be strong in the end. They all have weak mamas. You have to be an exceptional human being to come out of that situation, normal. Okay. Because when you have a father like Elon, and Elon is good at who he picks to be a mother. Susie, he good at who he can chook to be. He's good at picking subpar, inferior women to be his baby mamas. Okay. So, and when you are a child with a father who has a God complex, also a father that does not necessarily love you, but see you as a means to an end, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? Okay. She's a Jewish honeypot. Who cares? You stupid. Look, she's a Jewish honeypot because you stupid Caucasians will fall for anything. Boom, headshot. That's why you're losing stuff, because you ain't got the guts stole like Jews. Okay? Black people beat your ass and Jews take things from you. You're nothing like your ancestors. And I mean that. You are nothing like your ancestors. You have been domesticated. You got the most craziest white guilt ever. You're pathetic. Hashtag not all. But when I hear you inferiors complaining about another ethnic group, you are letting me know that you are a descendant of inbreeding. Because, honey, let me tell you something. Ain't no race superior to me. Ain't no man, because I only recognize 2 genders and I'm a biological woman. Ain't no gender better than me. Men. Men are not better than me. You will never hear me give credit to another gender, men. You will never see me give credit to any other race as being better than mine. So when you clowns sit up here, when you are the majority of America and you're complaining and whining about 1.7% of the population cucking you, ruling over you, you are inferior. Because your ancestors wouldn't be doing it. I don't ever remember, let me think of I was about to think of a good American hero, and I swear to God, General Lee came into my head. We're not going to use him as an example, but George Washington. George Washington was not only a great president, but he was also a great military leader. I don't ever think I've seen George Washington say, oh, we cannot win this against the British because of the Jews. Oh, with the Jews are taking over with the Jews. Sit your inferior ass down. That's one thing I love about being in the South. I think, and I stand by this, the best white people are down here in the South. White people down here don't be crying over no Jews. And they don't let no black people knock them upside the head without getting a beat down, okay? She came into his life after his comments about Israel. So what emotive impact? Why can't he keep his dingling to himself? Okay? Don't get me started. No, the reason the Jews don't have Jews don't have power because of blackmail. And by the way, you got to have something to blackmail somebody with. So if you are into CP and then the Jews find out, then that's on you, not the Jews. But I'm sitting here saying, why isn't Elon, why is he sticking his naked ding ding, having raw sex with any woman instead of sticking it in your mouth? Boom, headshot. Okay? Sticking it in your mouth because we know you would suck it nice and dry. Okay? If JFK, hold on, let me just say something to you. Let me warn you. I know I'm clowning you, but I'm beginning to hate you. I don't like weak males. And I'm saying this as an alpha female. So when you come in here with your conspiratorial shit, you are treading on thin ice, and I will block your ass. Because I don't like inferior white men. I don't like inferior men, period, but I don't like inferior white men. You are the majority of this country, and you, whatever. You're just crying. You're crying. No. Ain't nothing about no get it twisted, okay? Oh, you black? Oh, you definitely got to get out of here then. Oh, you shouldn't have told me you was black. Bye! You shouldn't have told me you black. I'm racist. Oh, you're gone. You're out of here. The hell? He's like, no, I'm black. I'm African American. Oh, no. Why you tell me that, dude? You should have just pretended you was white. I don't want you ninjas up in here. I done had enough of you damn basketball Americans. Okay? With your tribalism coming up into my comment section, calling every black you don't like a tether. I'm tired of that. Okay. Now, by the way, I need to put out here that it's only black men. The sisters, I'm not having no problems out of them. The black women that coming up in here, dude, they so peaceful, they so cool. Even if we don't agree on everything, okay? They ain't got no smoke for me. But you basketball Americans come up in here and you say the dumbest things, like you coming up here blaming the Jews. I don't have no respect on any man who blames another ethnicity or any other race for why you are inferior. And instead of you going out and finding a job after reporting to your parole officer. I don't understand why you are here. So I did you a favor by basically blocking you and banning you from my channel. You need to go get a job. You need to go get a job. Stay out of my daggone, stay out of my chat and go be a productive citizen in America. And if you are Hebrew Israelite, I can't stand you ninjas either. I don't know why y'all come up in here. And I can tell you why. You see my hair. This is my hair. You see a black woman, okay? And you hear my accent, because obviously it's clear that I come from the hood. I'm doing my best to not be, I try to enunciate and pronounce my words right. But it's obvious, okay? The accent is just there. And y'all think that I'm on your team. I'm not. I'm a transracial rooftop Korean. So I don't understand. I don't understand you thinking we are the same team. We're not. We're not. Not at all. And I love white people. Boom, headshot. Now stay mad. That's why I banned you when you told me you was like, I'm not white, I'm black. I was like, oh, you gotta get the hell out of here. Okay. You broke too. I'm like, you ain't give me no donations. I'm pregnant. I need money. By the way, I am pregnant. I'm gonna need me some donate. Thank you, Lolly. Hey girl. I'm gonna need some donations for my pregnant baby. I mean, for me being pregnant with a baby. Isn't that how you say it? Oh, okay. So anyway, getting back to this. I don't like it. Okay. I don't like you all blaming only Elon and blaming only Ashley, and you ain't got no smoke for Elon. You guys are just hypocrites as far as I'm concerned. And you always talk, this is the mixed messages you give to women. You tell women that you're the leaders, but yet still you don't have no dingling discipline. Come on now. Come on. You don't have no dingling discipline, yet still we're supposed to follow you. Why? Hey, sites. So there's that. That's what I just wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching the video. Although it's not that popular, which I understand, but it's better to upload something than nothing at all. Now, let's talk about Bathroom Cory Booker, who is a homosexual. Cory, you know what? The Democrats are dumb right now, okay? They're just, I don't understand. This is not a filibuster, okay? Like, they're not stopping any legislation. They're calling it a filibuster because he's been on the floor 17 hours. Now, clearly he's wearing some Depends. So because he's been drinking water and he's been pee-peeing in his Depends. Now, he hasn't changed those Depends. So I'm sitting here saying like, ooh-wee, I bet you it's soggy down there. Got them soggy draws. What is the purpose of this? Why do this? Why do this? You're having a filibuster to have a filibuster. And Cory don't look too good. Standing on your feet, yappy yap 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 yappy yap 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 yap. You're doing all this, and for what? So the Democrats, the Democrats, thought that it would be a good idea to have Cory get on here and do a filibuster to bring awareness to Trump's draconian dictatorship, I think what they're saying. And so he wants to talk about why Trump bad, Orange Man bad, January 6th, and stop separating families. So on my live stream, I just got to say this. We found out, y'all should come check out my live streams on Mondays and Thursdays. Those live streams don't get to stay up. They are all behind the paywall on YouTube and on my Patreon. And also, please join my Patreon. It should pop up in one of the bots soon, or you can look in the description box. And if and we noticed that Cory Booker was trending. The last time I've known Cory Booker to be trending is when one of his ex-lovers said that they made out in the men's bathroom by the tampon dispenser.
Boom! Headshot!
So So anyway, so they decided to do this filibuster. So let's go look and see what Cory's up to now. What is this? Oh, yeah, I don't want to look at that. Let's go look and see what Cory up to.
No, that's not what he's doing. Is his first priority helping our veterans? No. What is his first priority? As I said,
dude, he is hanging on for dear life on that podium. He can barely keep himself up. You're punishing yourself for what? So we should be going on 18 hours now. Or no, I think it's still going on 17 hours. So he's still, he's going on 18 hours of doing this. Oh, let's listen to what he got to say.
Saw no benefit. Now Trump and his GOP allies want to double down with even bigger tax cuts that will increase the deficit by over $4.5 trillion, the majority of which would go to the wealthiest people.
Orange man bad.
Let me read what the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities and how they describe the plan. Here's a quote of their writings. Following a presidential campaign in which Donald Trump promised to improve the economic circumstances of working families, House Republicans are instead pushing to extend all expiring provisions of the costly 2017 tax law, which are heavily skewed to people with the highest incomes, and add new tax cuts on top of that. The Republican-controlled House passed a budget resolution on February 25th authorizing the $4.5 trillion in tax cuts through 2034 and called on committees to partially offset the cost with true $2 trillion in cuts. Are they cuts to the wealthiest? No. These cuts will inevitably hit programs such as Medicaid and SNAP, which help millions of families afford essential needs.
That is not true. They're not going to cut Medicaid and
the
SNAP.
Inspiring tax cuts for individuals and large estates would double down on the flaws in the 2017 law by, one, giving benefits, the biggest benefits to the wealthy. Households with income in the top 5% who have incomes over $320,000 would receive roughly half of the benefits. So millionaires above that, billionaires, all together, they would receive roughly half of the benefits. Ballooning the deficit, along with the 2021 and 2023 tax cuts enacted under President Bush, the 2017 law, along with the 2001 and 2003.
So he's not going to mention all the money saved from Doge, basically preventing wasted spending.
The House budget.
By the way, I cannot believe a Democrat is complaining about tax cuts for us. He want to cut our taxes. And Booker Baldy up here is complaining about that. Okay.
Boost economic growth, workers' earnings, and other benefits will not be seen. The trickle-down benefits that proponents
claim. Would it be great if he passed out right now?
That they said it would produce.
No, he's
never
stuttering.
Materialized. And the law hasn't come close to paying for itself, as I heard on the Senate floor from my colleagues. They said, "Oh, this is going to pay for itself. Oh, this is going to pay for itself." Yet the House budget claims that extending the tax cuts would generate trillions in revenue, far more than any independent estimate. As of 2017, an alternative path is available. Congress should work towards creating a fairer federal tax system that raises more revenue from wealthy people and corporations.
He's literally complaining about us getting a tax cut and not basically taxing the rich more, which they do pay more in taxes. What about the billionaires and the millionaires? Do the billionaires and the billionaires and the billionaires and the billionaires
shared benefits by boosting economic growth? President Trump's Council of Economic Advisors claimed the centerpiece.
Okay, hold on. We're going to come back to him. Let's see how all of this got started. Should we look at this? Okay, let's look at this. Because like I said, this happened last night while I was streaming. And I said, oh, this will make a great video. But then when I woke up, I wanted to talk about the Elon and Ashley situation. And so I said, well, let me do that. And then we can talk about this. Is this an April Fool's filibuster? Maybe. By the way, y'all, listen, I'm pregnant. I need money to help raise my baby as a single mama. Okay. I can't get no man. Don't nobody love me. So I need y'all to give me money for my baby. Okay. I was pregnant. What a cheap suit. That was a cheap suit, by the way. All right. She wearing this red though. You go, girl.
Pictures now we want to show you from the U.S. Senate floor, where lawmakers have been speaking through the night in a marathon protest against President Trump's action. The push was started by New Jersey's Cory Booker. Today in New York's Tracy Strahan is in the newsroom right now with more. Tracy.
Now, we've been keeping an eye on this, Darlene, and we have some new developments on the floor, as you just saw. Now, Cory Booker started at 7 last night and said he'd speak as long as he's physically able to. But about 10 minutes ago, Cory Booker yielded his marathon comments for a question.
Madam President, will the senator yield for a question?
Yes, I will yield for a question while retaining the floor.
That was
We saw this. We saw this happen on my stream. We saw this happen on my stream yesterday. So I didn't know you can do this. I didn't know you can yield to questions while you're still filibustering. Imagine having to sit here and deal with this.
GOP Texas Senator John Cornyn III, who finally interrupted Cory Booker's disruption of the U.S. Senate floor. Booker had been reading letters from his constituents while disrupting the normal business on the floor since 7 last night. He says many of his constituents are worried about the rising cost of the country as it approaches what the president is calling Liberation Day tomorrow. The White House says Wednesday reciprocal tariffs.
Oh, today is Liberation Day? I thought it was April Fool's Day. I mean, it's not April Fool's Day. Hey, I'm pregnant. I need some money. Democrats seem unable to develop a strategy lately. Jeff says he's just digging the Democrats' grave deeper. Let the fool gab his brainwashed brain so we have something to laugh about later. What an idiot. This is true. This is so true. This is dumb as hell.
Begin with all countries, though some may feel more pain economically than others. Then on Thursday, the president's planning to announce a 25% tax on all imported vehicles, with a 25% tariff on imported auto parts next month.
I think it's going to be something that's going to bring a lot of wealth back to our country, tremendous wealth back to our country.
Our constituents are asking us to acknowledge this. Everywhere I travel now, I hear from Republicans and independents and Democrats who are afraid, who are worried, who are angry.
Goldman Sachs predicts that the tax on imported auto parts could add $3,000 to $8,000 to cars that are made in the United States. Let's give you another
Even
live
though
look
they
right
had
now of the
significantly
U.S.
different
Senate floor
going
at
in.
this hour. Senator Cory Booker started this marathon speech, a protest what he called were reckless actions from the Trump administration. But right now, you're looking at Texas Senator John Cornyn, who took him to task about issues of immigration. This was just about 15 minutes ago. During the only breaks that Cory Booker took during this marathon session, he had Senators Chris Murphy and Andy Kim speaking instead. But again, all of this still going on the U.S. Senate floor right now. Darlene?
What a dum-dum. What a dum-dum. Like, oh, is this the animated guy? Is this the guy to do the animation? No, I don't know. It doesn't. Wait a minute. Senate Cormac, Democrats base a lot more motivated to turn out for Wisconsin. How did that turn out? Hold on. Let's see how that race turned out.
You put those numbers on the screen a minute ago, how razor thin the presidential elections always are, or certainly have been in the Trump era in Wisconsin. But it wasn't the case the last time there was a state Supreme Court election in Wisconsin. That was 2 years ago, 2023. And in that election, the Democratic aligned candidate won by 11 points. That's a landslide by Wisconsin standards. Now, why did that happen 2 years ago? It forms the important question we're looking at in this election. These court races, state Supreme Court races, early April, these are much lower turnout elections than a presidential election. That's the highest turnout you're going to get in a presidential. Here, it's a lot more folks who are super motivated turnout to vote. And the problem for Republicans and the good news for Democrats in the last 2 years has been that the Democratic base, or a chunk of it, is a lot more motivated for an election like this than the Republican base, than the pro-Trump base. And that's what carried Democrats 2 years ago. Huge turnout imbalance. And there's two places in the state we can look. We're going to be looking at tonight, and that really told the story 2 years ago.
Wait a minute. Was the voting today? I thought it was yesterday. What about Rosario? They broke up. Oh, results after 6 p.m. Okay, thanks, Antonia. Okay, all right. Well, we can stop this then. All right, my bad. I thought we was gonna get some results now. Okay, let's go back to see who is talking more about Cory Booker. Senator Cory start speaking in the Senate for as long as... Okay, here we go.
I am really grateful, Mr. President. I'm grateful you're in the chair, and I'm grateful to be able to rise right now and speak.
You won't look like this now.
I want to say at the top that I have a tremendous love for this institution. And a lot of that's born from the people that are here, from the pages I get to know in every class to the folks that work the doors, the clerks, the parliamentarians. This is a special place, and a lot of the people who are known here are not the ones that really keep this place functioning. I come in here days and I have good moods or bad moods.
How long can you all stand and talk for hours? Okay, how long do you think he could do? He's James Pond. Voting's usually on Tuesdays. You know what? You are absolutely right, Lolly. I don't know what was going on with me. That is so true. I think I got the Cory Bookeritis. I've just got temporarily done. No, actually, it's this pregnancy. It's the baby's kicking. I think I'm about to go in labor soon. See, I can't concentrate because the contractions are coming in. You know, that's what's wrong. That's what I'm gonna blame it on.
But always find myself lifted when I walk onto this floor. It's a sacred civic space. It is extraordinary, and I'm always aware of the weight of history when I walk in here, no matter good day, bad day, whether I'm in a rush or not. When I touch the Senate floor, I feel something really magnificent. I don't think that our founders would have ever imagined a body like this.
Okay, I don't care about this. I thought they was going to tell. Oh, man, they just showing us the beginning of his speech. I don't care about that, dude.
I rise with the intention of getting in some good trouble.
Senator Cory Booker has spent more than 20 hours speaking in protest of the Trump administration.
20 hours? I thought it was just 17 hours. Hold on, we may have to fact check this. 20 hours? Oh, no, actually, he's right. Because if Cory Booker got on the floor at 7 p.m. last night, then he's been on the floor for 22, soon to be 23 hours. So in about 7 minutes, he would have been on the floor for 23 hours. So maybe he's going to stop. Maybe he's going to stop speaking. Ooh, that's a thick boy, ain't he? He's thick.
This president didn't come.
Look at him. He got no baby making hips, y'all. When did Cory gain all this weight, man? Hold on. He's thick, y'all. He's thick. Okay, he's thick. Ooh, he. Maybe he's not thick. Maybe this is all the depends. Maybe that's what that is. That's why he got this dark suit, because he got a BBL. He had a BBL. Oh, TDS side effects include weight gain. Okay, you guys are funny today. That's good. Good for you. Good for you. Oh my God, dude.
I'm here to push our government to a higher level, to inspire and engage, be thoughtful about how we were going to be safer, stronger, and more prosperous. No. He brought in an unelected billionaire that everybody in this body knows is so conflicted. A guy who has so many government contracts. A guy whose net worth has been deeply affected by this government. He brought him in, and him and his agents have gone into systems that to me violate privacy, that have no
No, he didn't say violate privacy. When these clowns they have voted along with Poopy Pan Joe Biden to invade our bank accounts if we, on all accounts that make over or that has transferred over $600 in or out. Okay? What is he filibustering? Nothing, Pam. That's the thing. He's not stopping any legislation. It's a publicity stunt to bring awareness to Orange Man bad. They're so cowardly. They can't even filibuster a legislation they don't agree with. Okay. So it's so stupid. Want to see what he look like now? Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's watch this, and we're going to look at what he looks like now. He look bad, y'all. Wait a minute. Do I have that? No. We'll do it here. Actually, we could do it both ways, right? Hold on a second. We can go over here to this video where I was putting y'all on check. Okay, this is what Cory looks like right now.
Here's an article.
Now, he been hanging on his podium because he about to fall over because he's so tired. I think he's going to go for 24 hours. That's what I think. I think he's going to go for 24 hours and then he's going to stop. So at 7 o'clock, y'all, remind me to go check him out to see if he stopped his filibustering. But anyway, let's
what Americans owe in student loans, car loans, credit cards, and every other type of debt other than mortgages combined, according to the Federal Reserve Bank. It amounts to about $23,500 in new federal debt for every person in the country. Every person, $23,500. The growth in the annual deficit under Trump ranks as the third biggest increase relative to the size of the economy of any U.S. presidential administration, according to the calculation by a leading Washington budget maven, Eugene Sterlio, I'm pronouncing the name wrong, co-founder of the Urban Brookings tax policy. And unlike George W. Bush and Abraham Lincoln, who oversaw the larger relative increases in deficits, Trump did not launch 2 foreign conflicts or have to pay for a civil war. In peace times, he's number 3. Not the reason you want to be like Lincoln.
What?
Economists agree that we needed massive deficit spending during COVID-19 crisis to ward off an economic cataclysm. But federal finances under Trump had become dire even before the pandemic. That happened even though the economy was booming and unemployment was at historically low levels. By the Trump administration's own description, the pre-pandemic national debt level was already a crisis and, quote, a grave threat to our nation.
Orange man bad.
The combination of Trump's 2017 tax cut and the lack of any serious spending restraint helped both the deficit and the debt soar. So when the once-in-a-lifetime viral disaster slammed our country and we threw more than $1 trillion into COVID-19 related stimulus, there was no longer any margin for error. Our national debt has reached immense levels relative to our economy, nearly as high as it was during the end of World War II. But unlike 75 years ago, the massive financial overhang from Medicare and Social Security will make it dramatically more difficult to dig ourselves out. Falling deeper into debt is the opposite of what Falling deeper into the red is the opposite of what Trump,
he break it down, Chad. He break it down. He's about to
said would happen if he
can't make
president.
it that long.
In March 31st, 2016, interview with Bob Woodward and Robert Costa of the Washington Post, Trump said he could pay down the national debt, then about $19 trillion. This is President Trump's promise over a period of 8 years. By renegotiating trade deals and spurring economic growth. God, this man breaks his promises over and over.
What?
After he took office, Trump predicted that economic growth created by his 2017 tax cut.
Let me tell y'all something. Okay, Trump has done more in his 2 months than Biden has done all 4 years of his presidency.
Boom! Headshot!
I'm sorry. I'm not here for that. Anyway, let's go back to the big boy with the wide hips, the BBL Drizzy.
Transparency of what they're doing until we wake up in the middle of the night or wake up the next day and found out that the people on the front lines fighting against infectious diseases that threaten the United States, they're gone.
What?
Cut off. We just saw this last week.
See, I got to be careful what I say on YouTube. Because they don't want us to talk and they consider it misinformation. But I'm glad them people gone.
When Donald Trump froze funding to everything, from veterans to first responders, froze funding for daycare that had everybody in this nation. I had calls from mayors, Republicans, Democrats, independents, that couldn't access certain key portals, that had acted in contracting, relying upon a government.
Look at them pants. Do you think he got extra thick depends, chat? We're about to move off of Corey. We got other stuff we need to talk about. You see how thick you think he got them real thick mattress pads type of padding in his depends while he wearing that standing up with that big old suit. That boy been eating good, dude. I'm so shocked to see him like
stream
this.
of money that had made plans and hiring decisions that suddenly were cut off in a lurch. Now, the powerful thing about that is the outrage across America took this president who was violating the law, violating bipartisan spending decisions, violating the separation of powers, the fact that Americans from all over this country spoke up and spoke out, it stopped him in his tracks. Because that is how you deal with injustice. You don't normalize it, you call it out.
Says the people that are burning Teslas, beating up drivers of Teslas, drawing swastikas of Teslas, okay, throwing things at people of Tesla. Like, come on, man, give me a break. Give me a break.
And God bless America. This man who thought he was going to bully and steamroll and cut critical streams of funding all across this country was stopped in his tracks. Now he said, I'm just pulling back temporarily because I'm going to come back at this. But the sigh of relief, I've met with prosecutors this week. I've met with police officers this week. I've met with people that voted for him, voted against him, and didn't vote in my state. And all of them said that was an outrageous move. Thank God we stopped him.
Okay, this is a lie. You know what? Let me tell you something. I don't like when Republicans say, "Oh yes, we have converted over thousands and thousands of Democrats to come to the Republican side." I don't believe that. And when these demon rats talking about something, I even had people who supported Trump and voted for Trump telling me that they're concerned about the status of our country and the direction it is heading in. And they regret voting for... That don't happen either. That don't happen. All right, guys. So there's that. We'll come back and check on old Cory Booker. We'll come check on him. But he's, as of right now, he has been filibustering for 23 hours. And another 56 minutes, he will be filibustering for 24 hours. And I do believe at the 24-hour mark is when he's going to probably stop. But I want to share something with you guys. I want to show you this Democrat right here. Hold on a second. Where is he at? This Democrat. I forgot who's, I so apologize. I so apologize. Whoever sent me this guy. But now I know y'all like, ew, demon rat, ew, fishy, fishy, woo, woo, yuck, yuck, yuck. We don't want to look. I'm not here to celebrate the demon rats. But I want you guys to understand that I never seen a Democrat, especially a black one, with some dreads, stand up for women, because we understand that the demon rats, the Democrats, are the ones who hate women. But the only way the men on the left can get away with it is with the pick-me women on the left. I did on my social Patreon and on my Twitter space, we're talking about who's worse, a pimp or a pick-me. The answer is the pick-me. Okay, pick-me's become terrible mothers. They allow their children to be abused in several ways. They also are dangerous to women because another woman has access to other women. And when that woman who is a pick-me opens the door to hostile people, particularly men, then they put women in jeopardy. And the reason why we have women being impregnated and R-worded by men in wigs and fake and bad Walmart makeup is because women have acknowledged, or these pick-me women are saying, well, these men are now women now, and you cannot be obic and call them men, so whatever, right? This guy is soft-spoken, and that's a disadvantage of his, but he still has heart. And even though he's a demon rat, he stands up for women's rights. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I was so shocked to see this. He's in New Hampshire. Okay. And he's literally standing up to the Karens. And I'm going to show you that video. This is really, really good. And I was like, New Hampshire? Like, there's a guy like this in New Hampshire? Say what? Okay, here we go.
Recognized to speak for the committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, that was a powerful story. And I have heard many stories like that in the lead up to this vote here today. But Mr. Speaker, the powerful anecdotes of one person and the consent of one person cannot stand for the consent of another person. And if there are women who feel unsafe, if there are women who feel like their space has become not private, then we should listen to those women.
It's like, Hopper, who this man with these dreadlocks? Shout out to the dreadlock gang. On the Democrats saying stuff like this, they don't talk like this. And boy, do them daggone feminazis hate him. But when I saw this, I was like, you never see a Democrat say something like this. You see our side say stuff like this, not their side.
And just because a small segment of the population would like those policies to accommodate them over women doesn't mean that we here today can do that. So, Mr. Speaker, for us, and I pause because my colleagues are walking out as I give this speech. People are clapping in the gallery for their walking out. And Mr. Speaker, I think that illustrates exactly why I got up here today. I could have quietly voted my conscience, could have followed the party line, but Mr. Speaker, again, the consent of one person cannot stand for the consent of another. And just because one person is comfortable with a transgender woman being in the bathroom with them or playing sports with them or being in a prison with them doesn't mean that another woman is.
If he's not voted out, he's going to be a threat. No time soon, though. No time soon. See, please understand that the Democrats are unhinged. The Democrats are loco, okay? They loco, they loony boony. So they say crazy things like trans women are biological women. And these biological women have what's called a girl stick down there. I ain't got no stick down there. And so they say stuff like this. And they say stuff like, well, women in their sports need to be better at their sports. That the biological men don't have an advantage. It's just that they're just better. No, but even though no woman is going into the male sports and breaking records. Hell, they don't even come in the top 20 or anything. The Democrats used to be sane. They used to be the logical side. So when you see somebody like this, you're like, it looks foreign to you. This man is articulate. Okay, he's biracial, but I think he's going to identify as black. I don't know. Every time I see a biracial black person, sorry. Ever since I see a mulatto, I assume that they identify as black. Okay, that's what I assume. I assume they're going to identify as black, especially the fact that he has the Rasta dreadlocks. Okay, mine is not Rasta. These are just, I guess you could say, I forgot what they call these type of locks. But anyway, the only thing is in his weakness is he's soft spoken. But I'm gonna let him finish talking. He has that Obama aura. Take away your prejudice. Take away your biasness, and look at his demeanor. White women love black men like this, honey. Okay. Now, if he lasts long in his field, He is going to replace loud mouths like Jasmine Ratchet. He's going to replace loud mouths like AOC. Because we as a society don't want these type of people in power. They're just embarrassing. But this man right here, he may be a threat to us in the next 10 years. We'll see. But let's finish.
And these issues...
No, he does. He does.
Do not have to cause violence.
Sorry, Hart. Let me rewind this. Just remove your biasness and look at the way his cadence is. Look at how he doesn't raise his voice. He's real calm. His voice is soothing. See, I never fell for no damn Obama, okay? Because I told y'all how I feel, okay? Didn't like him, never liked him, never wanted him for president. Listen, I have some white Republican friends who voted for some damn Obama. But this is if you're going to have a black man in office, it has to display this type of energy. Ain't nobody going to get no Lamar up in no daggone presidency. What's another unhinged black man? Oh, Al Green. Nobody's going to want to elect them kind of crazy black men to be president. So you have to be palatable to most people in America. And Lenny, I know you didn't say Kanye. Go sit in the corner and eat your food. He's not a demon rat. He's a fancy rat. Facts. All right, here we go.
Just because one person is comfortable with a transgender woman being in the bathroom with them or playing sports with them or being in a prison with them doesn't mean that another woman is. And these issues do not have to cause violence. These conversations can be nuanced, and we can have conversations about treating each other with respect and humanity. And putting in place policies that say that women who were born women deserve a space to themselves, whether that be the bathroom or sports or the locker room or prisons, is not transphobic. And there are people in my town, there are people throughout the country who are liberal, left-leaning people who agree with what I just said here, but some of them won't vote with me here. Some of them, in fact, have left the party in my town. There was just a woman last week who left my party because she felt not only was she not being heard, but she felt like there was no way for her to even speak up about this position. And given how many people are still in their seats, I can understand why. The orthodoxy of the Democratic Party on this issue has left us to where we can't have nuanced discussions, and women are being silenced in this conversation. As much as people don't want to hear that, that is what is happening. And when I talked to people on this side of the issue and this side of the issue, I heard, I don't want any violence to happen against me. I don't want to be disrespected or unheard. I heard that from transgender individuals, and I heard that from women. So, Mr. Speaker, I think HB 148, legislation which enables localities, municipalities, and businesses to put in place specific policies around definitions of sex, is not a right-wing, fascist, Nazi movement like I've been told that it is. I was called a Nazi for the prospect of giving this speech. I mean,
dude, that's why the Democrats stay losing. That's why they stay losing. You call this black man, I think he identifies black. Okay. Hey, Stormy. You think calling this black man a Nazi because he wants to defend women is fascist? Dude, this is now you see why I say he's the only sane, logical Democrat, demon rat that they have right now. But if they vote him out because he's against the trans people, then he's not going to be a threat in 10 years. Trust me, he's going to be a threat in 10 years. Okay? He's going to be a threat in 10 years. Mark my words, if the women, especially the white women, gather around him and reelect him, trust me, get used to seeing his face again, because he will be the chosen one for the presidential election in the future. It ain't going to be for 2020. It ain't going to be for 2028. It ain't even going to be for what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's not even going to be for 2032, 2030. What is the one from 28? Either way, he's going to be a threat in the future. Hey, T. They are too dumb to figure that out. They will never win with that. Nope. He's just a conservative who hasn't realized it yet. No one with this kind of common sense and intelligence can be a lefty. This is true. Okay. So we got 2028, 2032, and 2036. I see him being a threat because there's a possibility he will get reelected. Then he will go to the Senate. Maybe, sort of, kind of. I don't know. And then he'll run. Or maybe he'll run for governor or something like that, and then he'll run for president to represent the. But right now, nobody knows who he is because he is problematic because he's transphobic. And when you're black, you're not on a Democratic side. When you're black, you're not allowed to have these opinions. Okay? If you have these opinions as a black person, that's just problematic. They just can't have this. Okay, let's rewind this a little bit.
Policies around definitions of sex is not a right-wing, fascist, Nazi movement like I've been told that it is. I was called a Nazi for the prospect of giving this speech. I mean, I don't think that your position or side benefits from calling the other a Nazi when they are trying to ask genuine questions about women's spaces and the protection of women inside those spaces. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a controversial topic. I absolutely understand that, and I apologize that we had to clear out half the room for it.
Whoop.
But municipalities, localities, private gyms, prisons, these places should be able to put in place policies which in limited circumstances separate people based off of biological sex. And I ask that the members on this side who have to feel the pressure of the orthodoxy on them would consider the alternative side and consider not calling them bigots or racists or homophobes or transphobes just because we certainly have questions about women's spaces and the protection of women within them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Does the member yield for a question?
Always.
And slow your roll, Representative. Before you inquire, it is a violation of House rules to come down that aisle while someone's at the well, so I don't want to see that again.
I apologize.
You better not do that again. I'm so sorry. I will never do that again. I'm so sorry. Please excuse my hillbilliness.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for taking my question. With white passing African Americans being free from discrimination.
Oh! Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He called him a white passing African American. Excuse me, how the hell is he white passing? I just said he looks like he's a mulatto, and most mulattoes identify as black. He also got nappy hair like me, okay? I'd like to see your white ass get some dreads like this and look like him and mine. Oh my God, dude! Like, we gotta rewind that. We gotta rewind that. Holy smokes, dude!
Down that aisle while someone's at the well, so I don't want to see that again.
I apologize. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for taking my question. With white passing African Americans being free from discrimination during Jim Crow era laws, do you think that it is fair that we can compare this situation directly to the bathroom bans that African Americans were given and told that they were dangerous to white people? Thank you.
And they want to call our side racist? Could you imagine if a Republican said that about any black on our... Could you imagine? I'm trying to think. Do we have any biracial black people on? Hold on. Who do we have? Hold on. No. Do we have any mixed race Republicans on our side? Like YouTubers or politicians? No, because Tim Scott looks like a milk dud. I love you, Tim. I don't like you supporting Ukraine, though. We got Byron McDonald's or Byron Donalds or something like. No, Byron Donalds. I don't know why I called him McDonald's. No, all the blacks are blacks. I'm trying to figure out, do we have any white, a black YouTuber or a black politician who has a white parent and a black parent? I don't think we have any on the right. Because if you think about it, many mulattoes want to prove their blackness, so therefore they tend to ally with the Democratic Party. Oh my God, dude, this is, wow. Okay. But imagine if we did have, let's see, white passing. I don't think that, I haven't met a mulatto yet that's white passing, but I'm open to be wrong. But they will crucify us if we said something like this. Okay, let's see what his answer is going to be.
Thank you for the question, Representative. Representative, race and what happened in the Jim Crow era is, yes, significantly different than sex and talking about women and their private spaces.
Oh, so that wasn't even his argument. So that racist white boy who's a demon rat came on the mic and said, Jim Crow, you're black and you pass as white. Do you think that's fair? Let's not forget you are a Negro. Dude, hold on though. We have to talk about how he handled it. Did you see how he handled that? Okay. Michelle, girl, I'm gonna put you in timeout because we are not even on that topic. Okay? Shut your ass up and play catch up with the rest of the damn room. You with your pick me ass. Okay? And go lose some damn weight. That's the reason why you so angry, because you hangry. You hangry. These women need to... I don't like pick-me's. You better tread lightly, bitch. Okay? Because you in my daggone chat. So, I don't know what the hell going on with you. I thought the first time you did it, I thought it was a one-off. So, I put you in timeout because I don't know what the hell wrong with you. Okay? So, Go eat some waffles or something and then come back.
Recognized to speak for.
Hold on. Did you all see how he handled this? Did you all see how he just handled that with finesse? Now, that was classy. That was so classy, it impressed blacks and whites. I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't even been that. I wouldn't be classy. I sure would have went for the jugular. I would have went hood. I would have went Jasmine Ratchet on him. But I like how you did that. So let's so you see what I'm saying? This is the most sane demon rat Democrat. Whoever said that he's going to end up voting for Trump. You guys are funny. Anyway, let's go to this right here, where Jonah is going against some crazy feminists. Now, these loudmouth Karens take advantage of this man being soft-spoken. And they're really, really unhinged. Now, I did see this video. I didn't see the other video all the way through. But watch this and tell me that this man is not a threat. Women who are afraid of speaking up because of the other loudmouth women. I'm not afraid of speaking up. Them heifers could not sit up here and tell me that I need to accept a man being in the bathroom with me. Okay? I cuss their asses out. But anyway, watch this.
My name is Mary Boltway, and I have been a public school educator in this community for nearly 20 years. I do have a question for you. Don't respond right away, because I'm not going to get lost in this. My question is, do you understand the ripple effect that your actions have on vulnerable people? And I am saying that, Jonah, as someone who has been in your corner almost as long as I've been a teacher. I sat across from you and you talked about how you wanted to go to Boys State. I proudly voted for you, and I am ashamed of what you have done out in the world. I cared for you, but Jane is my student too. This room is full of people you are actively hurting, and I don't know how you sleep at night.
He asked her how, and she just walked away. So they always say, because you disagree with me, you are killing me inside.
I sleep just fine. Having done my research, and having voted on the bill as it was written. Let me say this without clapping, without anything else, because there are people in this room who I've known for a long time who are coming up here to say really powerful things to me. I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that, because it's not...
Just listen. Don't respond.
Ask me a question, Sarah. You're screaming at me, Sarah. Why are you screaming at me? Why can't we have a conversation about this issue in a...
So these women are so unhinged, and I can't stand these battle acts. They just want to yell at men who don't agree with them, and they don't want no pushback. They don't want no conversation. They don't want no debate. They just want you, just listen to me. Just listen to me. I'm the woman. That's not how that works, Alpha. It's called an exchange. You sit up here and spew a bunch of nonsense talking about words are killing, words are damaging, words hurt my feelings. And yet still when the person like call you out on it, you're like, no, you're just supposed to listen. You're not supposed to say anything. See, this is why they're losing. They are losing a lot of women now because women, I promise you guys, if it wasn't for that abortion stuff, Trump would have got, not that no, I'm still saying it. If it wasn't for the whole abortion thing, Trump would have got way more women than usual, right? Because there's so many women on the left, including the TERFs, who don't like the fact that they have to be afraid of going into a bathroom or participating in the sports or going to a prison or going into a locker room at their gym and there's a damn man with his ding-a-ling swinging from side to side. I want you to understand this, is that these men, predators, use these policies to harass women, to intimidate women. You understand that flashers do this to insult women. They love to see the disgust and the horror and the fear on a woman's face when he flashes them. I've been flashed one time in my entire life up in there in New York, and I pointed to his ding-a-ling and I laughed. And he was angry. He pulled his coat back together and he walked off the daggone platform because he didn't get that horror look at me. Now, the woman behind me was looking horrified, but he didn't even pay attention to her horror look because I was too busy looking at him, pointing at his ding-a-ling and like straight, like I'm talking about hood laugh. Have y'all seen how black women from the hood laugh? They laugh with their mouth wide open and a lot of cackling comes out that hole. That's just how I laughed at him. And he was so taken aback because he's not used to women reacting to him like that. But I understand the purpose of men flashing their ding-a-lings to women. And then when you got women in a space that they think that they're safe in, and he can come out there with his ding-a-ling swinging, that's just to basically show to show, to mock his territory, to show you that he has a weapon that he can use against you. And if you have been assaulted by such a weapon, then deal with it. Know your place. Okay? So I just want you guys to understand this. All right? He still got a ding-a-ling. Whether it's swinging or not, how would you know, Lenny? You ain't in the girl's bathroom. You don't know that. Leah Thomas was swinging. Okay? And the reason why I know Leah Thomas was swinging was because Raleigh, what's her last name? Daniels? Raleigh said so. So y'all men stop speaking on behalf, Gaines, thank you, Ray. Y'all stop speaking on behalf of women and their testimony of what's going on in their own personal space, because your ass ain't in there. Yeah, Raleigh Gaines said so. Raleigh Gaines said that Leah Thomas was standing there, ding-a-lings just swinging back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Made sure, I don't know about you men, but women, when we change, we turn our bodies towards our lockers. Okay? I know y'all think, because y'all watch a lot of Corn on the Cob, y'all think we just turn around and say, I'm going to put my bra on. And we're just, our front is faced to a bunch of women and their front is faced to, that's not how we change. We are even modest around other women, and we tend to change with our bodies. You may see our butt, but that's no big deal. But the front part of ours is faced towards the locker. Unless you want to go into the bathroom stall and change. That's how women change in female bathrooms. So then you had Leah Thomas, sorry about that. You had it turning around and basically showing what he got. Hello from Puerto Rico. I like your comments and continue with your amazing videos. Well, thank you, Wizard. And hello to everybody over there, to my Puerto Ricans. Love you long time. I don't know, Tree. I have seen nothing but class from you. Honey, I can get real ghetto when it's appropriate. Stick around, James. You just ain't seen it yet. All right, let's look at this.
Sarah, why are you screaming at me? Why can't we have a conversation about this issue in a coordinated and coherent way?
I thought you wanted to listen to women.
These claps after somebody says something when I'm just trying to respond. I mean, would you rather I just sit here and not talk?
No!
You guys are yelling out listening session. You are asking questions.
Struggle session.
Elizabeth has a question.
Okay. Unhinged. Unhinged pick-me feminazis. All right. So here is wait, no. That's not yet. That's not what I want to show you. Okay, here we go. All right. This is what I want to show you. Okay, let's increase this a little. And upload it. Here we go.
Hold on, she's got the microphone. She's got the microphone.
Let her talk.
I want to thank you, Jonah, for what you stand for.
Amen.
Yes, I'm Claudia Stewart. I'm a Republican, and I'm from Ridge. And I want to thank you for the stand that you've taken. I appreciate the fact that despite being ostracized by your fellow Democrats, you stood your ground for what you morally believe is correct. And if anybody actually listened to his speech, he was not blanketly saying that anybody's rights should be taken away. I appreciate him listening to women and being supportive of the issues that we've gone through. Where is the Me Too now?
Ooh.
Everybody was trying to
Oh yeah! Oh, so true. Where is the Me Too movement now? These ladies talking about something. He R-worded me with his eyes. He made me watch him jerk off. He did this to me. Okay, so the Me Too movement don't apply to men with dinglings and a wig on. Oh, this is so good.
And so I want to tell you that if there's anything that you need help with for running again, I would be more than happy to help you. And
No, he needs to. He's so sane. I don't know what his other policies are. Sorry, I don't know what his other policies are. Chat. But don't help him run for no damn demon rats. Help him run for the Republic. Well, I don't know. If this is a blue area, I guess you would have to help him run for the Democratic side, huh? Like, yeah, I think that's it. So if this is a blue area, he's not going to win as a Republican. Okay.
I would like to ask you my question, which is, are you going to let this hateful behavior that's being expressed toward you stop you from continuing to be the honest and upright person that you are?
I have a year and a half left in the legislature, and I plan on using it, okay? The Democratic caucus, let's make one thing clear based off of what Dan said. The Democratic caucus, 170 members voted against this bill. Only 13 voted against. Let's talk about what the legislature is like. You want to talk about this? Let's talk about the legislature. The Democratic caucus has 2 caucuses before they vote on the House floor. Those caucuses, one of which is on Zoom, where they go through, this week we have 150 bills on our House calendar that we have to act on. So in that Democratic caucus, they will go through each of those bills slowly and surely, even if it has the unanimous vote. And then we have, again, 1 hour Zoom, strict 1 hour Zoom, to go through all of these bills and to hear from the ranking members, the leaders, what their position on the bill was. And then, at the end, we get 5 minutes to ask questions. So, the idea that Democrats who vote a certain way, and I know there were at least 30 who planned on joining me on this piece of legislation, were voting their conscience, is silly and lacks a basic understanding of how the legislature works. And I'm fighting so hard to make the mechanics of the legislature work again, to make the mechanics of the Democratic caucus work again, to where we can debate, to where we can have full-throated conversations just like this.
There go that word again, full-throated. That's that word again. Am I so behind that I didn't know full-throated was a thing? The first person I heard that from was Trump. Trump said he wanted that woman governor from Maine to give him a full-throated apology. I laughed so hard and long because of that, because I never heard of anything like full-throated. I was tickled pink, but now he said it too.
And where we can come out of that room as a team to work against what is fascism in the truest sense of the word, where corporations and the state merge. Okay? That's not one party or the other. That's both parties. Look at the donors of the Democratic Party nationally. Look at the donors of the Democratic Party statewide. Why is Ray Buckley still our state chairman? Because we live in a corrupt party. So, can I finish? That's all I had to say. The Democratic caucus is completely messed up.
Thank you, John.
Okay, here's the last one. So you guys see what I'm talking about, right? You see what I'm talking about. This guy is soft-spoken. And, you know, these battle axe women, especially the feminists, take advantage of that and loud talk him. Okay. Now, they won't do this with no black women or the ghetto ones or the nice. Well, hold on. I think the only she passed away, unfortunately. I think the only black woman that was not ghetto, but you kind of feared her because she did do unhinged and say unhinged things, was Sheila Jackson. the one who would have that one braid over her head, right? I didn't like her, right? I mean, she's dead, but it doesn't, doesn't mean I'm not going. Does not mean I'm going to say nice things to her. But maybe because she was scary, and that's the reason why. But this guy is pretty thin. Okay, looks like he needs a sandwich, and he's soft spoken, and he's young, and these women are basically taking advantage of that because he ain't gonna put them in their place. All right, so these are two clips I have not seen. The one I just showed you, and this one. I like the guy. I think that he needs to come on our side. I need to do a little bit more digging to see what his politics are in reference to other things. But if he, this whole thing of him going against his own party, that's an uphill battle. But he's okay with doing that. Okay, here we go.
Thousands of messages and emails and calls, mostly from women who have told me their stories about being unheard, disrespected. Some of them are raising their hands right now. And ignored by the Democratic Party as it currently exists. I stood on the floor. I stood on the floor last Thursday because I listened to those women. Because the legislation respected and heard those women. That legislation was brought forward because of their stories. Thousands.
Yeah. Okay, there you have it. So I've never seen this before. I've never seen a common sense Democrat like this. He is a huge threat because here's the biggest thing. He's young. He's young saying this. So he's young. He's articulate. Yeah, I know people love that. They love articulate black folks. Even though he's a mulatto, I don't want to assume his race. But like I said, most do identify as black. And he got dreadlocks. So you can't sit up here and say that he's trying to be white. He ain't got no blonde hair. He ain't got no hair hat on his head. All right. He sounds very intelligent too. So keep an eye on him. His name is Jonah. What is his name? Jonah Wheeler. Jonah Wheeler. Let's see if we can find. Hold on, let's see. Jonah Wheeler. Let's see if he has an account. He has to have an account. I think everybody in office has to have an account on Twitter. I think that is a must, whether you're active on it or not. No. Well, if he does, it's his. Oh, here you go. Never mind. There you go. Okay. I had to study this some other time. Right now I don't care. I guess I'm trying to see what his his other politics are, to see if is it possible, could this be worth bringing on the right? But when you're in a blue area, he's 22. He's that young, that shizzle. He's that young? Oh my God, I thought he was like 26, 27, something like that. That's the reason why I say he's going to be a threat in 10 years. He a damn baby. Damn near a baby. He has an old soul, clearly. All right, guys, this is going to be our last story and I gave you what you want. So next month, we're going to do an hour. We're going to do an hour stream because I gave you a 2-hour stream because of all the donos we received yet. Ain't nobody give me any money for my pregnancy. I've been having contractions all day long. Y'all just don't care about me. He will have to be in politics when he's 34 to run. Yeah, that's not going to be in 10 years though. So he's going to would that be in 2036 maybe? I don't know. All right. Darrell Issa dropped receipts on Jasmine Ratchet after she chews up 2 minutes ranting about protecting judiciary. Judiciary what? All right, let's look at this heifer. I hope this isn't a clickbait, okay? What in the world does she got on?
Crockett.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate the speaker for admitting openly on the record that it is unconstitutional. But the concerns that I have are around the fact that we are sitting here pretending as if we all are looking out for the Constitution, yet we are coming from completely different angles. So let me go to Professor Shaw. To be clear, which branch of government is responsible for interpreting what is and what is not legal?
Well, the Supreme Court, the Article 3 judicial branch has the final word.
So the judiciary is who it is. So it's not the legislators.
You know, I'd say every branch has an obligation to interpret the Constitution. The final word comes from the courts.
From the courts. It's not the former speakers. It's not everyday people.
How come she's so dumb and she's a lawyer? She did get affirmative action DEI degree. This woman she's, I usually say dumb, you know what I'm saying, if I don't like you, but she really doesn't know anything. She's loud and wrong.
Not the president. I just wanted to make sure that we understood who it was that was responsible. And what is so frustrating for so many of the American people, the ones that are watching right now and otherwise, and the reason that they're outraged and scared is because what we see right now is a diminishing of all these institutions. Right now, we have a legislative branch that has decided that it intentionally would disregard their duties. They are not checking the president whatsoever. The only check that the American people have had thus far has been from the judiciary. And the judiciary isn't pulling this out of the sky. In fact, they are coming from basic reading of like the plain language of the Constitution for all of those that are constitutionalists when we start talking about things such as what birthright citizenship is. But one of the things that I want to make sure that I get to, because there are deeper implications if we go down this rabbit hole.
Baby.
Imagine
As I know having babies is a full-time job with great cost. I know you'll do a great job.
Thank you, Elon. Thank you so much for my baby. I'm so sorry. I was listening. I said, I hear Elon. I hear Elon in the background. Hold on. Let me whoever sent that anonymously, thank you so much. Me and my baby. I think about to go into hold on, where's Kickbot? Here we go. I think I'm about to go into labor any minute now. So Elon, that made me feel good. Elon says, here is a donation for your baby. As I know having babies is a full-time job with great cost. I know you'll do a good job. Whoever sent that, thank you so much for that donation. I appreciate that.
Type of world where the president does whatever he wants to and no one can rein him in. It's a world that
Oh, Nina, that was you. Why you didn't put your name in there, Nina? Thank you, Nina. Oh, you forgot to put your name. Okay, thank you, Nina, impersonating Elon. That sounded like Elon, too. I knew that voice.
Now many people are afraid of. Let me put it this way. If Joe Biden would have done an executive order for abortion, despite what the Supreme Court said, that would have been a problem. Imagine if the state of Colorado kept Trump off the ballot and other states follow suit. That would have been a problem. Or imagine if Jack Smith ignored Eileen Cannon and with the help of an activist judge decided that he was going to prosecute the sitting president anyway. The problem that we have right now is that if we continue down this road, then we will not have a rule of law because we have people that are currently serving and they're saying things like, ignore the judge's order. What it means to have law and order in this country.
That judge wanted to stop hundreds of illegal, dangerous criminal gangs who have done a lot of crime, including R-wording, including trafficking, including a lot of robbery, drug sale, and things to the American people. That woke judge wanted Trump to stop the plane. It was too late. It was on its way. So sad, too bad. I cannot believe this is the party that supports crime, but here we are.
Is that you follow the order and you go through the appeals process, even if you dislike what the judge did. Thank you, and I yield.
And I'll yield back to Mr. Issa. Mr. Issa, you had a question for me, which I'll yield to you now if you want to.
Now that there's no time left. Thanks, Eric.
Entertainment.
You're good. You're good at that, but I'll take my own time. I'll recognize myself, and I'm going to note that when Miss Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC as we know her, filed articles of impeachment on Justice Thomas and Alito, Ms. Crockett was one of the co-sponsors along with Mr. Cohen, both members of this committee. It does seem interesting that when the shoe is on the other foot, everyone is self-righteous. I think this is a good example for the...
Which means she don't give a damn about the Supreme Court if she basically trying to get them removed so she don't value their daggone opinion. Ooh, she don't value their judgment. Ooh, damn that. Ooh, yo, he licked his palm before he pimp slapped her, dude.
For the last 3 hours, I have had to listen to one side talking about impeachment as though it was the nature of this hearing. It is not. I keep looking at my friend, the late Henry Hyde, and remember that although he led the impeachment when it was necessary, he did so only during that time and then never mentioned it again in hearings. In fact, he was religiously able to focus on the hearing of the day. The hearing of today is really about the question of the future of the court's ability to do its job as intended. And I'm
Dang. He body slammed you, girl. He did a alley-oop. He did a Jimmy's Fly Snuka on you. No, Superfly. That's what it was. Superflies. He did a Superfly Snuka on you. Okay, guys. We're going to check in. It's 6:57. In 3 minutes, Cory bathroom stall Booker, should have been speaking for 24 hours. We haven't gotten
by my own constituents to do something, challenged by my own constituents to take risks. My staff here, who should get a lot of credit for making it thus far, I'm not sitting down, but I'm mindful of what you said about Strom Thurmond. I'm mindful of that right now.
Is he going to cry?
Watch that clock tick for another 20 minutes. I'm grateful for my staff. I'm grateful for the.
So he's going to speak for another 20 minutes. So he's going to go 24 hours and 20 minutes. Why? What is the purpose of this?
If I want to out Curtis on the note that the good senator on the presiding officer, forgive me, on the note he sent me, but this is the kind of specialness in this place that I love. I want to tell a few connecting stories. I think some of my colleagues know a few of these, but I want to explain why I started this whole 24 hours talking about John Lewis and good
Oh, so it is 24 hours and 20 minutes. Okay.
60 years ago, when he was on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, he shook New Jersey as he shook the nation. When Bloody Sunday happened, there was a white guy on a couch in New Jersey who was watching TV and was so shaken. This lawyer said, I gotta go to Alabama. He realized he couldn't afford a plane ticket. So this man slumped back down on his couch, and then he said, at a moral moment in America, I'm not going to let my inability to do everything undermine my determination to do something different. And he got up and said, okay, it was a meager calculation, but it was different. I can afford 1 hour a month of pro bono work. And he called around and he found this woman named Lee Porter, who was heading up an organization.
Do we care about this story? Do we chat? Do we really care about this? I don't think we care about this story, do we?
Where he
about to
would
faint.
Send black families in areas of New Jersey that would not sell homes to black people, where usually the best public schools were. And if they were told the house was sold, they'd send a white couple behind them to expose that the house was still for sale and expose all of this. Well, they had a lot of success getting things written about the severe housing discrimination in my state. And he said that after about 4 years, I got this case file of a black family trying to move to New Jersey, and they were frustrated because every time they...
I don't care. All right, guys, let's do a wrap up. That's 2 hours being on here. He loves to perform this drama queen. All right, Spitfire, okay. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm telling you, I do declare. Hey, Blue Tiger, where you been? Nima is here too. Look at all the people over there. Y'all join Commander Shepard over there on Kit. All right, guys. So we're going to do a wind down on here and everything like that. Okay. So I didn't know my chat was on in here. Let me turn that off. How do you turn the chat off? Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, guys. So next Tuesday is just going to be an hour. Okay. I have a health class to prepare for, and then I have a live stream on my Patreon to prepare for. We'll see if there's a video uploaded tomorrow on this channel. I do have a video that will be uploaded on my non-political channel, but for this channel, we have to see. I did take off on Sunday. I needed that day. sometimes it's pretty hard it's pretty hard to find stories that I can sink my teeth into. I tell you what video is still doing good to this day. The video in which the waitress and the dishwasher guy was fired for talking against MAGA supporters. Man, the YouTube algorithm is really blessing my channel with that video, because they're like every day there's a long line of people commenting on that. So there's that. Anywho, it's my that's my alarm. Okay, guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming by. Here, we don't do this for 2 hours normally. I just want you guys to understand this. This is not the norm. So it's normally an hour. So I'll be back here. I need to be consistent. So maybe I'll just start coming at 6 o'clock, because I started early at 5 o'clock, and a lot of you all were like, "What's going on? What's happening? Why is she starting?" So I'm like, okay. So the goal is to start at 6 and just do it till 7. And then shut it down. So, thank you guys so much for coming by. Hopefully if I make a video, I'll see you in the comments section. If not, remember, Thursday is the next live stream. So be sure to be here for that. Okay. Talk to you later. Later, daters. Bye.